So we're heading to the round of 16 of the Stompers or 603. A very good matchup. The Stompers bulldozed their way to a 3-0 bracket, and you got Colin Prentice on the mound. Leading off for 603, you have their order is Dan Haverty, Mike Toohey, Rob Donahue, and Jeff Lopez.
Yeah, so this is also an interesting matchup. We'll get into this a little bit later, Nick. But both of these are long-standing franchises that have kind of retooled in recent years. Stompers maybe over the last 5 years. 603 really this year has kind of started it. But a lot of history here. We'll get into that later.
Yeah, mix a lot of intriguing parts here. 0-2 here to the leadoff hitter. How fresh is Colin's arm today? Do you know, Paul?
Very fresh. He's just had a few innings. He's very fresh.
Smooth motion there.
And by a few, I mean 3. So.
Yeah, that's not much. Maybe that's good though to get a few innings in before you start in the playoffs.
No, it just makes sense. I mean, the Stompers go 3 pitchers deep with this configuration: Gino Joseph, Colin Prentice, and Bryce Clark. Bryce could not throw back-to-back days, so this decision was kind of made to, if they got deep, they were to kind of wear on him as Colin misses low. Colin can throw back-to-back days. He's done it this year to great effect at the NWA tournament for the MAW team. Gino gave him, I think,
a lot of quality innings.
Yeah, 11 innings today, 10 innings, 10, 11 quality innings. So yeah, this makes sense. It's the right move.
And that's what happens when you have a deep rotation. Good take there. A little away there. Right off the bat here, you got a battle between the pitcher and hitter. So who did Prentice play for last year?
So the last 2 years at this tournament, Colin played for Black Dog Country Club.
Yeah.
He was the Saturday player he wasn't the Saturday player of the day, probably should have been, but instead he was first team all tournament team. He went 3-0, beat C4 and a couple other good teams, including 603. And then last year he played for Black Dog, didn't get a chance to pitch much. He's played for OG Goon Squad in MAW the last couple of years, various other teams in other leagues too.
Good leadoff walk there. He got behind the count, was able to battle back.
And Colin will do that. He's not he throws hard enough, but he's a finesse pitcher, really, at heart. And he's going to try to get you to chase. He's not going to give in.
Toohey up here, man on first. Colin pitches from the stretch. It looks like exclusively. Starts off with a strike. Easy gas. So the Stompers going with a no doubles defense. All 3 defenders are playing in the outfield. Right off the bat, no doubles defense. Runs are precious here. Ground ball and no doubles works against them. So a single makes it first and third. So I don't know if a fielder would have gotten that ball, but it would have had a chance.
Yeah, definitely would have had a chance, yeah. And again, Prentice doesn't have a lot of hits, so that's a little different. But he's used to working with guys on base.
0-1. Donahue up at the plate here for 603. So 603 beat the Wolfaholics to get here, which is they knew each other very well.
Yeah, those 2 franchises are joined at the hip.
So Colin looks like he hides the ball well. He cups it in his hand sort of before he throws it.
Yeah, no, I remember the first time I saw him, that was the first thing I noticed, is he goes out of his way to hide the ball.
Never mind having good stuff. That makes it even extra hard. Inside corner there.
It's a really nice spot. So it's important for Colin here to finish Donahue off. He's a good hitter. He's ahead in the count. Doesn't want to let him back in.
Gets him chasing a low drop there.
Big first out.
First
and third.
Huge first out. That first out's always big, but especially when you have first and third, no outs.
Now this retooled 603 lineup, and they're sitting Briggio. It is a little, I think it's a tiny bit short on offense. Donnie's a good hitter, but he's as we all do when we get older. At some point the decline's going to come. Lopes, I think, has the potential to be a good hitter. He's not there yet. So this bottom half of the order, if they can kind of navigate through that and kind of work carefully to Toohey and Haverty.
It might be one of the keys to the game here. How productive is the bottom half of the order?
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing, because both Donahue and Wilkes could be very productive. It's just that you're just not gonna. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah, little streaky. Oh, good cut there. Very good cut by Lopes.
That was.
You might want that pitch back. He looks a little frustrated. A drop that hung up in the upper part of the zone, and Gino's having a conversation with Colin right now about this, maybe. That pitch hung up in the upper part of the zone. Temperature did go down. I mean, these pitchers and players have gone from a cold day to a warm day to a chilly day, all in one, period of time. So it is different elements, but the breeze has kind of gone away. Good pitch by Colin. The pitch started at Lopes' hip, and then just went down to the middle part of the plate.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch. Completely out of frozen. But yeah, the temperature's not bad right now. It just feels like a fall day now. It felt like a early summer day earlier today.
And if you're competing, you're staying warmer than you are for the fans. Yeah. The main thing is the breeze has gone away. Oh, good pitch. Colin hits the bottom part of the zone there.
And stares down the hitter. Colin will do that. I had seen him play like a bunch before NWA tournament last year, but being with the MAW team out there last year, I got to see him up close again. You don't realize how much of a competitor he is, because he is a very laid-back guy.
He does the stare down.
But yeah, he does the stare down. When he's out there in the mound, he's a bulldog.
Haverty up at the plate. His first at bat was a walk.
That was smart. He got the chase. Haverty didn't see a strike first at bat. Or he saw a strike, but yeah, he didn't see many.
So Haverty wants to come through, wants to help himself because he's on the mound too. But
and Haverty's an aggressive hitter. I know he didn't show that first at bat, but I think Colin knew that, and I think Haverty also knew Colin. He maybe thought Colin was just going to groove one after he started throwing strikes. He also misses low.
And you also might approach it different for Haverty. Your first batter of the game, maybe you're trying to get on base, see a few pitches, but now he's in an RBI situation, so it's a little different too. Your aggression does change.
Oh yeah, 100%. It changes bat to bat.
Yeah.
It's all a guessing game, right? You're thinking what's the pitcher going to do? How am I going to react to it? Fix that out.
Go 9, hit your spot 9.
So Colin's been placing the ball well. He looks like he's trying to go in and out, trying to keep these 603 All-Star hitters off balance. You can tell Colin's taking a lot of consideration for each pitch.
Yeah, that's how he is. That's how he pitches. Just trying to hit he's definitely not pitching around. He's just trying to hit his spots against Hammond. He's just missing.
Yeah.
If you watch the pitch, that's what he does. Again, he doesn't care. And obviously, no pitcher wants a lot of guys on base, but he doesn't really care. I mean, you were kind of like that, right?
Yeah. You don't want to give in. That was one of the keys. Oh, just a little low there. Good take by Haverty.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Colin. Like he's at his best when he's throwing a little more strikes than he is now. When he's throwing too many, he gets hit. Not hit around, but guys with good hitters will square up. And like tonight, he's trying to hit his spots. He's just missing, and you can tell 603 hitters are just they're not just up there taking, but they're being a lot more patient than they would be if he starts throwing more strikes. It makes them have to think about it.
Huge spot in this game already. First inning, bases loaded. A pop-up foul on the third base side. Massive part of this game, Paul, already. Like, it could be, extra base hit, drives in a number of runs. It gets out of the inning. It's a huge momentum shift for either team here.
No, it could be a crooked number in favor of 603. It could be a huge momentum booster for the Stompers. It could be something in between.
And I you can see Gino again talking to Colin. It's smart. It's a good idea for another pitcher to talk to your fellow pitcher. Maybe he sees something from a different angle.
I think Colin's got to try to throw a strike here. And not something right down the middle, but he's got to try to be a little less fine.
Tui does have a very nice swing, Paul.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to hear it when he's swinging and missing, but it looks very nice. Him and Ben Stan have a very nice lefty swing. Nice and smooth.
Tui's just a good player. He's played forever.
Yeah.
But now it's the opposite of Colin. He's up 0-2, doesn't even throw a strike.
You got to be careful not to throw a wild pitch, though.
True.
Or hit a guy. We've seen a number of hitters get hit in the face today, hit in the head, and that's a walk then.
So he went high enough there, and it looked, to me at least, it looked like he was trying to go. So it'll be interesting to see if he tries to go outside now on the corner.
Or maybe go lower than low here, a little bit lower in the zone. But Tui is a low ball hitter too. Oh, good pitch, good call, Paul. Gets him chasing. So Colin's able to escape, first and third. He gets 2 strikeouts and a bases loaded and gets the 3rd strikeout. So a huge recovery by Colin after a battle with 6:03 in the open inning. So we're heading to the bottom of the first, 0-0. All right, so we're back at the game, bottom of the first. Stompers are going with a lineup of Sean Ryan, who's DHing for Colin, Bryce Clark, Nate Cruz, and then Gino Joseph 4th. And on the mound for 603, Dan Haverty. So Paul, give us a little scouting report of Haverty on the mound.
So he's a hard thrower, you just saw.
Yeah.
Possibly even needs to be a little bit harder of a thrower, if that's, if you can sort of imagine it. He's had some arm troubles in recent years. This is probably his only game of the tournament, I would imagine.
Oh, outer corner there. Some heat on the outside.
Yeah, really good pitch. In warm-ups, he wasn't throwing this hard. Now he's come out firing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he throws hard. He can throw a lot more pitches than he probably needs to. So far, we just got to see him stick with his slider here. If he kind of does that, a little bit more, I think that's his best thing. I think sometimes he tries to get a little too far.
Yeah.
He's been playing forever. He's been playing since he was a kid. That's why his arm's messed up.
Eventually happens to most people.
But yeah, you can give him one good game, and they're going to use it here.
Throwing gas, Paul. Throwing gas. I mean, that was right center of the plate. Bryce Clark coming up second for the Stompers. So Stompers have played a well-rounded tournament so far.
Yeah, and they're a good hitting team. and they showed it today. So yeah, Haverty's going to have to be on his his best here. Bryce has had a good day. Bryce has really come on in the second half of this season as a really good hitter.
You can make the argument, Paul, that the Stompers are the most impressive team in the tournament so far, the first 3 games.
Well, they come into the final 16 as the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
So that kind of if that's your metric, then they have been the most impressive team.
Yeah. It's hard. I mean, I know matchups always pose as. Bryce, opposite field, line drive, Paul. That got like 10 feet off the ground. What a bullet by
That
Bryce!
was a straight line drive. So Haverty throws so hard that Bryce just led Haverty's ball through the work for him.
Power. Yeah, you're right. The pitch provided, Haverty provided the power for Bryce, and Bryce just put the barrel of the bat opposite field. It didn't even curl. Usually when the lefty hits the ball down the left field line, it curls towards the left field line. It didn't. It was a line drive shot.
I think it was rising as it left. Because I honestly thought it was going to be a double, or maybe even a long single, and then it just kept rising and rising and rising.
And Bryce is another player, Paul. The last few years, man, his hitting has really just skyrocketed.
Yeah, no, he's gotten better every year, but it really has been, I would say, since like May or June of this year on.
Something clicked?
Yeah, he's kind of been their best hitter. And Cruz and Sean Ryan are very, 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 very good hitters.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bryce has been their most consistent hitter. It's just something has happened for him.
Yeah. We got 2 outs after Cruz struck out Geno Joseph at the plate. That was a very impressive home run, Paul. He went with the pitch. He didn't try, when you're facing somebody with high velocity, one of the worst things you can do as a hitter is try to swing hard or try to grip the bat hard. Bryce just had a nice fluid swing, took the ball from the outer part of the plate and just hit a line drive shot.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to try to get through it, and that's what he did. You know what I mean? You just want to get through the ball, complete your swing. Don't worry if you're late. Don't worry if you're early. Just get through the ball. And that's what he did. It went opposite field, but it was a shot.
So the end of 1, we're heading to the top of the second. It's 1-0 Stompers. Heading to the top of the second of a 5-inning game, folks. The playoffs are 5 innings. The Stompers are up 1-0 in an opposite field home run by Bryce. That might have been one of the harder hit balls of the entire day. Not one of the further hit balls, but one of the hardest hit balls, exit velocity-wise. So the Stompers, Paul, take us through what you think. What's Collins' mindset now entering the second inning with the lead?
I don't think it's really changed, because it is just a 1-0 lead. It's not like you're trying to protect a big lead. Yeah, I don't think it can change. I think, Colin knows what kind of pitcher he is. He knows what brought him to the dance. He just needs to continue doing that.
That's great. I think that's a good piece of advice. He's pitched enough games where he knows he has to do his job and attack. It seems like both Colin and Haverty are trust their stuff and go after hitters. Big home run in the other field.
And this is a wild. Like, I was down there before, and it was the 4th inning, and it was a 4-inning game. And it was tied, or no, Blues was ahead 6-0. So like they definitely tied it. I don't know what extra inning it's in, but yeah, wild game going on. I think one of our last Survivor bracket games going on. Those were 1-2 versus 1-2 teams. Both of these teams won their first game. Now they're 2-2 versus 2-2.
Donahue up for 603. Foul ball. We got Cap walking by the camera. It seems like 603 is seeing Colin well, which is, as well as you can. Like, a number of foul balls. They have a single and 2 walks against him. Like, they're battling against him.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, he can't abandon his game plan because, like, they're having good at bats. He just has to bear down more and more.
I like that pitch there, Paul. It started middle of the zone, exploded upwards. So he got 1 out.
That's been his most successful pitch he's thrown this game so far. He's that riser that just goes above the zone.
Changes the eye level of the hitter.
Yeah, he's had a ton of success with it.
It's hard not to chase that pitch.
No, because it's a strike the entire way until the last seconds.
Down and in. Donahue last time struck out. So it's a big first out for Colin because last inning he started off with a walk and a single. So it's a completely different start when you get the first batter out. What a difference that first inning was. 603 went from first and third, 1 out, bases loaded, 2 outs. Yeah, to down 1-0, all within a span of a few minutes. All part of the game of football. Huge sways of momentum. Foul it straight back right on that. Foul that straight back. Man, he challenged Jeff there. Jeff was right on that. Put a good hack at that pitch.
And that's maybe the one thing you can do a little bit for 1-0 lead. Maybe Loves, maybe Haverty and Tui and Donahue, if he gets ahead, he can start telling you just a little bit more, be a little bit more aggressive.
I think that pause that Colin's like a little extra time between that pitch might, it does throw off the timing of the hitter just ever so slightly. It might not bother some hitters, but it looked like a little threw off the patience of Jeff on that pitch. Hits the outer corner, man. He's hitting the strike zone all places. Colin's doing different angles too.
Yeah, that's what he does. I mean, he has he was a medium pitch pitcher way before he was a fast pitch pitcher, and he kind of brings that mentality to it of different angles, different pitches.
You learn your craft that way.
100%.
Up and away.
By him there.
Yeah.
There's Skip, Ray, Ilse.
A lot of players. We have 10 fields here. I think we mentioned earlier today. It's a very impressive setup around here.
Looking to end this inning here. Ooh, just misses outside.
Good take there. Haverty has a walk so far today. 2 walks actually. In that first inning, he had two of the base runners himself. So he wants to make up for it. I know as a pitcher to get behind, you want to kind of bounce back and
you want to have that's not a shutdown inning. Yeah, it's a bounce back inning.
Yeah.
He knows he was not necessarily fortunate, but he knows he was playing with fire in the first inning, so now he's just trying to have a good, quick inning. Haverty's had really good at bats, though. It's just bad.
Seen the ball well. Taking close pitches. Not that one wasn't close, but it's almost like Colin knows. Maybe I don't know if there's a history between these two, but he's been careful with Haverty.
Well, yeah, I mean, Colin knows all these guys very well. He's from Massachusetts, and all these guys are from the New England area. So they've all played against each other Colin's been playing for years and years and years.
Good pitch by Colin. Outer part of the zone. 1, 2, 3 inning, Paul. So he keeps the momentum going. He struck out Rob, Jeff, and Dan. So we're heading to the bottom of the second. The Stompers have a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the second, Sean coming up for the Stompers, top of the order. So Haverty's just, I mean, he made one pitch, and that wasn't necessarily a mistake, it was just good AB by Bryce, but he definitely wants to hold the Stompers to 1 run here, give his team within 1 swing of the bat, striking distance. Oh, nice ball, outer corner.
You know, after Sean got a piece of the first pitch, Haverty came back with a really well-located pitch on the outside edge.
It's crazy the velocity both Haverty and Colin are pitching, hitting the corners.
Haverty works really, really quick here.
Yeah, he really is. The opposite of what Colin does on the mound. We got 1 out, and Bryce coming to the plate, and last AB, Bryce deposited, I'm going to say 117 on the exit velocity scale to left field for a homer. That's a good pitch. I think when the guy hits an opposite field home run off you want to bust him more inside than outside. Don't let him extend his arms.
You know, very hard to go the other way if it's inside.
Yeah. And with Haverty's velocity, it's hard to pull a ball when it's thrown out hard inside, too.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it kind of forces your hand, right? Like, the best you can do is sort of hit it, go the other way, but like off the hands.
Yeah. Good pitch there. 2 strikes on Bryce.
And that was a great example of that. If Bryce was to make contact there, that was just going to be off the handle.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to do anything with it.
I don't think it was a screwball inside. Gets him down and away. That was good. That was a good clinic of pitching right there. In and out. Got Bryce a chase on a 2-strike pitch. 2 outs now, and Nate's coming to the plate.
Well, I mean, we talked about the importance for Collins having a bounce back inning after he got into a little trouble in the first. Obviously, Haverty's thinking the same thing. He let him run in the first. He wants to come back and just shut these guys down. And you can tell in his demeanor. You can tell how quickly he's going. You can tell how he's just no nonsense and just wants to get in and out, get the momentum on his team's side.
He's one of the quicker pitchers. He gets the ball, walks fast back to the rubber and pitches.
He really usually isn't. Like I do think it's trying to make a statement. Not that he's a slow pitcher, but he's not like this.
Ground ball third. Is it fair?
I think that was.
It's gonna be a single. Nate turned on that, but I think it was an inside drop or a screwball, and he turned on it.
Yeah, I've been cheating a little after Bryce's home run. I've been trying to cheat a little opposite field for all these Stompers hitters, but they pulled that.
Now they're playing no doubles defense here, Paul. 3 defenders in the outfield.
That's why we think about this. We're almost halfway through the game. This is like the equivalent of like the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning in Major League Baseball. You're playing. This is the equivalent of playing your infield in. You're trying to just not allow any further runs on the board. Exactly,
and also you're taking a chance. You're not thinking a team can get 2 more hits off of Haverty either here. So rather than 1 double, you're like, okay, beat us twice with 2 hits. Up and away there. Losing the strike zone a little bit to Gino. Man up first, 2 outs.
And that wasn't a particularly close pitch, but it was also a good take by Gino, just based on him being Gino's he's very aggressive, and sometimes he'll swing at that kind of pitch. So that was a nice take. That was a really nice take there.
Yeah. Looks like he's seen the ball. He watched it all the way to the plate there, all the way to the backstop. Gino really set the Stompers up well today with all the innings he pitched and the W's. Yeah, he has a good command of the strike zone, Gino, there. He still got a strike there. It's a good pitch to hit. I'm getting tired watching Haverty pitch how quickly he gets the ball into the mound and he's throwing with gas.
I can barely stand it.
Good AB. Gino, so now we have I mean, he really good AB. Gets the guy to second base because he's scoring position. So now a clean single drives a run home.
Well, yeah, so this does a couple of things. Yeah, clean single drives a guy home, and it makes 603 change their defense. And now they're bringing 2 in to protect against that clean single we just talked about.
Yeah.
So there's a little more room in the outfield now if Sean can, move one or hit one hard. Big swing from Sean. He doesn't get cheated often, but he's also not swinging. He's never swinging out of his shoes. That's just his swing.
Yeah. He has a little bit of an open stance too. Oh, pops it up first base side. Tui gets the catch, ends the inning. So we're heading to the top of the third. Stompers up 1-0, and Haverty was able to escape the first and second jam to keep the score 1-0. Leading off for 603, you got Tui, Rob, and then Jeff third. Family gets on, top of the lineup, then back to Haverty. So Colin Paul, I mean, I know it's only the third anyway, he settled in his last 4 or 5 batters.
Yeah, no, he definitely did.
I mean, nothing you can do with that pitch, that's ridiculous. Hit the black in the outer part of the zone. Sometimes when Haverty and Colin are out, some of these pitches are unfair almost.
No, both of these guys are pitching well, and we're at that part of the tournament where you're going to see it. To the left, we got Ty
Nasty.
Yeah, to the left, we got Ty Wagerson on the mound. Over in the Magic Circle City game, we got Reed Warner, who was just unhittable at the end of the late tournament against whoever the Magic's throwing. He's going to be very, very good. There's just good pitchers all around at this point.
Yeah, sometimes nothing you can do. If they're on, you need a little bit. You need to hit their mistake pitch.
Yeah, there's no escape from now on.
Hope you got a piece of that. You got a piece of it, hit the backstop, and then the backswing hit the ball. That was crazy. Tom Gannon talking about it.
If Tom Gannon has never seen that happen in a wiffle ball game
it never
before,
has happened.
Then,
Have you guys seen that?
Tom Gannon just announced it's the first time he's ever seen that in 25,000 wiffle ball
It might be the
games.
first time it's ever happened.
Yeah, it'll never happen again.
Maybe
We have it on
someone's-
video.
Yeah, maybe it happened in someone's backyard, but they can't prove it.
They can't,
It
yeah.
probably bounced.
You couldn't do that if you tried. Tui trying to get on base here. Taking a deep breath before this next pitch.
Yeah, after Colin's last inning, 603 could just use a couple base runners, a leadoff base runner, kind of start getting something going.
Yeah, put some pressure on Colin again. Bounce that
Pulls
pitch.
that in.
Looks like it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colin looking in for the sign here. This is a tense matchup between these two. I feel like Tui is intense at the plate, Colin's intense on the mound.
Yeah, this is a real
Go, win it.
a real battle of wills here.
Full count. This is important for both teams.
Oh yeah, with nobody out, this is big.
Tui's looking for something to drive here.
But I also think Colin's got to go right after it.
That's a great take.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I was saying he should go right after him, because I agree with you. I think he was looking for something to drive, but I also think it was going to be a real sort of narrow focus. And, you know, you needed to throw him a strike. Anything that was close, he was going to take. And that kind of worked against him.
Yeah, sometimes you can be a little too cute when you're a great
Yeah.
pitcher. Sometimes you just say, I have great stuff. Let's see you get this.
Well, especially when you've been a little wild like Colin's been, you know, it's in 603's best interest to be patient here, and he kind of played into their hand.
Yeah. Also, Paul, like we were saying before, no doubles defense from the Stompers. Man up first, no outs. Early in the inning here. It's a tough call right now, I think.
Yeah, I just think it reflects the importance of these games, that these guys are going to that strategy so early.
Yeah. It's almost like they talked about it early on, what they would do. So it wasn't like any doubt they were going to go to that defensive alignment.
All right, so Bryce Johnson here. Colin's been a little out of sorts. He's past maybe 5 or 6 pitches.
Yeah, a little off, it seems like. He had a 2-strike pitch on Tui, and then since then he's kind of lost it a little bit. Although a couple of them were close against Tui, too. But against Rob, he really hasn't been close to the strike zone.
No, that's a good call.
Let's go. Be straight. Be straight. Lock in.
Colin at the bottom of the zone against Rob there. Got 3 balls, 1 strike. It's a good take. Full count now. So Rob was really making him throw a strike there. He's got 3 balls, 2 strikes, man at first, no outs. Rob looking for something to drive. Fouls it off. Good aggressive swing there. Just slightly late. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Threw him a drop. Rob went with it.
Win the battle, 9. Win it.
Here's the 3-2 again. Hit the inner part of the zone. That's a tough pitch to do anything with. Strikes out Rob looking. Otik was going to stay inside and go inside, but got to hit the very corner of the inside corner. Jeff coming up, man out first, 1 out. Jeff did strike out his last 2 at-bats, looking both times. Powell paints the outer part of the zone here. Really slammed it. Collins seems to get tough. When there's base runners, I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's focus or just digging deeper. It seems like it's harder to hit when there's guys on base. Ball explodes high in the zone. Jeff chases. No balls, 2 strikes.
4 to get 1. 4 to get 1. Be great.
Jeff pops it straight up. It's going to stay in foul territory. Good effort by Colin there. Slides into the other field, batter's box almost. As a pitcher, you got to be careful with that. Now you got, go to the mound, maybe take a couple extra seconds to catch your breath, relax. You necessarily don't want to go in there. And Gino's telling him that now too. He goes, if you need it, take a breath for a second. Stepped out.
0-2 still. 4 to get 1, 9.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Colin. Good take. Jeff able to keep his hands back. Stompers still playing no doubles defense. Another good take there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just missed the outer part of the zone. Jeff putting a good quality at bat here. Foul ball, taking 2 close pitches. You got 2 balls, 2 strikes after starting the count 0-2. Inside, full count. Worked it back all the way. Here's the 3-2. Big important pitch here. It's either gonna get another guy in scoring position or a second out. I don't think it touched there. Well, first and second. Good recovery from Jeff there. 0-2 count to a walk. First and second heading to the top of the order. Haverty at the plate. Trying to help himself, trying to tie this game up. Stompers going back to the more traditional defense. 2 infielders, 1 outfielder. Because now a clean single ties this game. A high drop from Colin there. Haverty was all over, but just a little under it. That's the pitch I think he might want back. Hit the outer part of the zone. Good pitch by Colin. The very outer part of the edge of the strike zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Tough pitch to do anything with. Here's the 0-2 coming up. Here's the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. .603's a battle. Every time they have 2 strikes, their hitters have been foul pitches. All working the count. Good take. 2 balls, 2 strikes. About 3 or 4 inches low in the zone. Here's a deep fly ball by Haverty. That ball is gone. A 3-run shot to right center. Wow. Helps himself, Paul. Wow. Comes back after giving up a home run. He hits a home run himself. A 3-run high fly to right center.
That was way out here, right off the bat too.
Kept going. Cruz was hoping to catch it, but too high, too far. 3-1 home run. 6:03 now takes a 3-1 lead.
Stompers talking it over. Colin kind of walked. I mean, the way he walked off the field, I think he kind of make a pitching change here.
Yeah. That those 2 walks hurt him, and the big at bat was.
They're not going to.
Jeff had a 2-strike at bat, and he worked a walk. 2, he had a 2-strike at bat. 0-2, and he walked. It was really set the tone for this inning. Game changes in a matter of minutes here. 2 bombs this game. Bryce let off the, had a home run for ground ball back to Colin. Let's see. He throws 100 miles per hour at the strike zone.
That was an angry ground out.
We got 2 outs.
Angry put out.
Yeah, so Bryce gave the Stompers a lead on a home run, 1-0, and then Haverty hit a 3-run home run to give themselves a 3-1 lead. Top of the 3rd here. Wiffle ball never stops to excite you. 2 top-notch pitchers here, and you already have 4 runs. We're in the 3rd inning. Don't know if that hit. It's close. Rob up here for 6:03. Home run by C4 hitting home runs over there. I think that's at least 2 home runs that inning on that field. Rob at the point. You got 2 outs here. Top of third. Rob fouls off a check swing.
Short but pointless.
Hey, what's say, 9? Say, Colin, come on, kid.
Upper part. But 603 does their damage. They had a walk from Tui, another walk by Jeff, and then a 3-run homer by Haverty. Tui really set the tone. It was an 0-2 count, 4 straight balls, including taking some tough ones, and got the leadoff runner on. And it's never a good thing when you walk the leadoff hitter. Followed by a strikeout from Rob, and then Jeff walked, and then a 3-run right center field home run by Haverty. We're heading to the bottom of the third. 3-1, 603. So Stompers are trying to recover. They're down 3-1 now. Bryce leading off. They got Nate and then Gino. And Haverty's looking to continue momentum for 603. So Haverty's had first inning gave up a home run, second inning gave a single and a walk and a pop-up. So he hasn't had a clean inning yet. So he's looking for his first clean inning. He's working quickly on the mound, as we said earlier. Outside pitch there by Haverty. Good take by Bryce. Paul, I've noticed the trend. Both teams are, give them credit, the hitters. When they have 2 strikes, are they taking and some tough pitches that are balls and fouling off pitches? They're not. That third strike is hard to get from these in this game. It's very hard to get.
Yeah, both pitchers have had to earn everything.
It's crazy. It's like the batters are just, and a leadoff walk there from Bryce. The batters are just literally doubly focusing in on 2 strikes. I feel like Haverty and Colin in this game have swings of being very aggressive, throwing strikes, and then just being kind of wild here. So whoever finds the groove might win this game. Haverty, another pitch for a strike in the outer corner point. Phenom just hit a home run against Jordan Robles in the Black Dog Country Club game. That's a really top-notch matchup on that field. Good pitch by Haverty. Down and in, Cruz. 1 out. He went slider, screwball. C4 continues to pound the ball in that field over there. There's your super aggressiveness with Gino, Paul. You called it earlier. That one he swung out of the zone. But well, I guess with experience, Gino will keep improving that area too. But he is a very good hitter.
And it's not, I don't know, it's not the worst thing for Guy on to kind of,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's his strength, is swinging out of his, mind, but like that's what he does. Like, you kind of want to stick to just what you do, especially when you got a couple of runs.
And it's not easy. It's not easy to take a pitch versus Haverty with high velocity. It's easier said than done. You gotta get your bat started early. Outside again. Gino battling. There's that 2-strike thing again. These hitters keep battling back and get themselves back in the count. Good pitch. Came back at the inner part of the plate. Gino strikes out. Okay, got 2 outs. You got 2 outs. Sean coming to the plate. Sean had a couple good swings his last at bat. Didn't produce anything, but. Good location. Good location for Haverty there. Down and away.
Did Sean get a piece of that? It kind of sounded like.
He might have got a off the end of the bat.
Yeah. I thought like it was like a nick. Sometimes hard to tell.
You might see him go same location but further outside. Oh, he went inside that time. Changing it up. Team's fired up at all angles of the field right now.
Yeah, after this half inning, we'll go through some of the matchups that are happening now.
Oh, Sean was right on that
Got a
too.
piece of that.
Yeah. So not a 1-2-3 inning, but after a leadoff walk, Haverty struck out Nate, Gino, and then Sean. So we're heading to the top of the 4th. 3-1, 6:03.
All right, so some other situations going on here. We've got we'll start all the way over to our right here. We got Black Dog Phenoms. It sounds like Phenoms are up in that game. Black Dogs, made it to again. All these are final 16 games that we've over. So Black Dogs made it, to the final 16. Very, very impressive. But they haven't had the best score. They almost got beat by the North Stars in their first game. They almost had another upset a little bit later on. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a 5-4 game at one point, then a 4-3 game they had.
Yeah, they had another close upset later on. Phenoms also lost the game. They lost to the Juggernaut. So, these teams have been perfect. Phenoms up there, but that's a classic matchup. We've got Circle City Skull Crushers versus the Ridley Park Magic, another really good game. This is a rematch of an NWA tournament game where in the pouring rain, Reed Warner and Circle City beat Ridley Park, knocked them out of the tournament. We've got the Meats and with Inc. in a final 16 game. Dan Whiter's pitched all the innings for with Inc. so far. It looks like, I can't see who's on the, is Bush pitching for, it looks like Bush maybe for the Meats, and we've got C4 versus the Keggers. C4, they've kind of had this a couple of years where they've lost a game early, and they kind of got a favorable draw out of it. The Keggers are definitely the most beat down teams of these teams playing now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're taking advantage of it. They're up by a few.
Foul ball there.
Home run from Circle City. Looks like Reed Warner hit that one out. I think that's the first run to the game. So I put them up on the Ridley Park Magic. Circle City, that'd be an amazing story. They could be the first team ever to win both the NWA tournament and this lineage of national, now world championships in the same year.
Oh, that'd be wild. That'd be an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, for a while, and to be fair, there's a lot of NWA tournament teams that could have done that. Kind of thing, and they just kind of weren't welcomed at the tournaments in the past. But Circle City, this is a great team, and they're just playing with a lot of confidence now.
Lopes leading off here for 6:03. And we'll touch upon this later when they play too, but the Jugs also going for history too, trying to win back-to-back MAW and back-to-back UWIF tournaments within 2 years, which is insane in itself. Here's a deep fly ball, right field. Looks like it's going to stay in. Nice hustle by Nate. He gets over there quickly and is able to make a smooth catch for 1 out.
Yeah, that was one of those. Yeah, he just got under it. Good sound off the bat, barreled it up, and just got under it. Like that was that died early in the warning track.
Yeah.
He never really had a chance once it got up in the air.
And here's the hero of the moment so far. His last at bat was a 3-run homer.
Go for it.
Oh, good aggressive swing there, right on it. Fouls it off into the C4 Keggers field.
Right now, do the whole thing. I would say Colin.
Collins got to hold him here, Paul. You don't want to.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because Haverty's found his groove a little bit. You can't give any more runs and keep it within 2. Good hold there.
And if he does, I'm not sure I wouldn't go to Gino in the 5th.
Yeah.
You know, just to give him a different look.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's a scenario that could play out. Nate Cruz doing calisthenics in center field. All sorts of stretching motions. Oh, there's another home run from Haverty. Even further than the other one. Bombs away from Haverty. 2 home runs in 2 innings gives his team a 4-1 lead. He is on fire, Paul.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I didn't want to I hate to jinx anyone on any team. I was gonna say when I said Gino maybe should come in next inning that maybe they should have made that switch this inning. They were right on Prentice. I think they left him in.
Yeah, a little too long. I mean, his 3-run hit was a pretty good shot. That one was a bomb opposite field. It's hard to hit opposite field that far, but far, high and far. Haverty, man, on the mound, at the plate. He has all 4 RBIs. He's settled down on the mound.
So they make the change now, but they're going to go to Bryce, which kind of surprises me. Like we've talked about this a lot, Vic, about not wanting to leave any pitcher, not having pitch, especially like a good pitcher.
Yeah.
And Bryce certainly falls under that category. At the same time, this is a 3-run lead. I think Gino probably still has some gas in the tank. I think he would. If it was me, and this is money board quarterbacking, or not even money board quarterbacking, real time quarterbacking.
Yeah.
We're not out there, but maybe go with Gino to see if you settle it down, and if you somehow come back, at least you got Bryce fresh. Stompers kind of blowing their load here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I think it's a tough call. I I don't know how Gino's arm's feeling after, not a long break, a slight break at least.
And he pitched high pressure innings, so it's not an easy call. I'm just saying,
Yeah. Stompers, it's 4-1. The game's still within striking distance, but man, what a performance by Haverty the last 2 innings, and on the mound too. He settled down after that strikeout, and 3-run homer right field, solo home run the right field. To give his team a 4-1. He went from being frustrated to, man, he's super excited right now.
It's definitely not over. We missed this on the camera, but Skip just walked onto the field. Wade to was eliminated, kind of gave Colin a pound back and said, you could tell he said the same thing. Hey, this is it's not on you. This isn't over. Just,
And these are 5-inning games too, so the Stompers are gonna have 2 more at bats.
Yep.
And they've had runners, Paul. Third inning, second inning they had first and second too. They have a runner every inning, so they're not lacking for base runners in each inning. Bryce warming up. It might take him a couple more pitches. He hasn't pitched yet, so. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes, waiting for Bryce to warm up. All right, so Bryce Clark taking the mound now, coming in relief for Colin. Tui at bat. So we are top of the fourth. We got one out, Tui up. The inning started off with a fly ball to right and then a home run from Haverty. Bryce hasn't pitched yet this tournament. So this is his first innings. Down and in. Go from Colin, the righty pitcher, to Bryce, the lefty pitcher. Bryce's goal here is they've got to hold 603 down. 603 wants to keep adding on, expand their lead. Inside. Good pitch from Bryce, outer part of the zone.
Hey, win it now, 10. Come on, hold.
Outside. Good take from Tui. Man on first. Rob coming up. Man on first. One out. Stompers are discussing the defensive alignment right now, whether to play no doubles defense. It looks like going back to more traditional defense. 2 infielders, 1 outfielder. It's the lower part of the zone. Bryce's screwball went away there. Has a lot of movement. He just needs to kind of find his release point so he can throw more consistently when he strikes.
It's
the bottom part of the zone again.
Goose Squad and Risers go to field 6. That's in center field. OG Goose Squad and Risers, field number 6. That's dead center field.
Good pitch. He's going low, inside, outside. Gets Rob looking there. Got 2 outs, man on first. Jeff at the plate here.
We're waiting on the Whippets game. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Outer part of the zone by Bryce.
Luke Richter, please report the meeting up here. Press box, please. Luke Richter.
That's a hack! That's a hack! Let's go!
Bryce mixing up from sliders to screwballs. Going in and out consistently. Inner part of the plate fouled off there. Bryce is also working quickly in the mound too. Getting the ball, getting there on the rubber and pitching. Not much wasted time. Good pitch. Well, 603 adds 1 run this inning to give themselves a 4-run lead. A solo home run by Haverty. He has all 4 RBIs in this game. 2 home runs the last 2 innings. We're heading to the bottom of 4th. 4-1, 603. Heading to bottom fourth, Haverty back on the mound. 4-1 lead for 603 versus Stompers. Coming up for Stompers, Bryce Clark leading off, followed by Nate Cruz and Gino, and then Sean if anybody gets on. Haverty looking to have a 1-2-3 clean inning. He's yet to have one of them yet. Been escaping some jams. Up and away there. Remember, these playoffs are 5-inning games. Nice pitch. Down and away, gets Bryce swinging at that one. A lot of movement on that pitch. Leadoff batter is important for both these teams here. Oh, nice, nasty pitch. Inside corner, gets Bryce looking. Got one out. Nate Cruz coming up. Being very aggressive that first pitch. Up in the zone, chases it. Haverty coming right at him. Stompers looking to get some base runners. Good pitch, upper part of the zone, 0-2. Getting the ball and coming right after him. Let's see if he expands the zone here, upper part of the zone. Oh, gets him. Ball is short of the point, but he gets Nate swinging there.
You can throw that hard sometimes, yeah. You get those swings.
Yeah, you get those little confusing looks from the batter. 2 outs, Gino coming up. Gino made a noise like he wanted that pitch back, but good. Haverty has a 4-1 lead. You want to go after the batters. You don't want to give any free passes, any walks. Challenged again, upper part of the zone. Clipped the upper part. 0-2. Oh, he might think he thought he had it. The little hop. He's feeling it now at the plate and on the mound. Gets Gino chasing. It's 1-2-3, the first 1-2-3 inning of this game. So heading to the top of 5, it's 4-1, 6-0-3.
Ready to go here, top of the 5th inning, 4-1, 603 leads over the Stompers. Last inning here, Stompers trying to keep it right here, 603 trying to add to their lead. If you're just joining us, the Stompers got out to an early lead, solo home run by Bryce Clark. Then 603 fired right back with a 3-run shot off the bat of Dan Haverty. Haverty doubled up that next inning, hitting a solo shot. So he's accounted for all 4 of 603's runs.
Give me another green tee shot. Right here.
2 quick strikes from Bryce there. It's way ahead of the count now, 0-2. Way ahead of the count. Almost looked like he maybe threw that riser outside on purpose. He's giving a little different look after 2 screwballs. Comes back inside riser, gets Harry to swing through that.
Hey, let's go, 10, win the battle.
So 1 out, nobody on. Brings Mike Toohey to the plate for 603.
Let's go, 2A.
Bryce really pitching well, Paul, since he's come in. You can tell his arm's fresh too.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, again, not the second guess, but yeah, it does beg the question, whether they should have brought him in earlier.
Yeah.
If they were going to go to him here.
I guess a lot of people have the mentality you really don't take a pitcher out that has no runs, but you could see they were on Colin. He was a little wild, and
Oh, and I'm not even saying for no runs.
Yeah, I know.
Even the 3-1,
Yeah.
just something to maybe do that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Just momentum.
yeah, you're right. Even at 3-1, it might have been nice and fluid. Bryce when he pitches, a lot of movement. Nothing really straight from him. He's faced 3 batters so far. He has 3 strikeouts. Toohey had a single his first at bat, a couple walks this game. So he's been on base a good number of times in this game. Upper part of the zone, tough pitch. Got 2 outs. Rob coming to the plate. Upper part of the zone. Outside too.
That screwball there.
Yeah.
It ends up middle of the plate, but
Had a lot of movement and it broke late too. Sometimes it depends if it breaks late.
yeah. It doesn't want to, where it ends up is sometimes less important than what it does before that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he throws a riser outside part of the zone. Yeah, I absolutely. Because sometimes if a ball breaks early, the batter, can see the swing path there. If it breaks late, it's so hard to stay on it.
Especially with wiffle ball, you hear all the time this is right down the middle. Why didn't this guy swing? When you're around these tournaments, and sometimes it's well, he didn't swing because he ended up down the middle, but it wasn't anywhere close to it before. But Bryce does exactly what he needs to do there.
Yeah, very
Kept him
impressive.
right there, yeah.
I mean, that to Rob, he threw 3 different pitches, all strikes. Bryce has faced 5 batters, 5 Ks. He's looked, very fresh, very throwing hard, throwing strikes. So we're heading to the bottom of the 4th. 603's up 4-1. Coming up for the Stompers, Sean. They got the top of the order. Sean's leading off. Bryce, Nate, then Gino. If anybody gets on. It's a tall task to try to get 3 runs in 1 inning on Haverty. So the Stompers' goal was to try to get some base runners and try to get the tying run to the plate. After giving up that home run, Haverty's only given up 1 hit. It was a single to Nate, a couple walks. Last inning was his first clean inning, so he's kind of on a roll. And at the bat, he has all the RBIs, a 3-run shot and a solo home run.
Hey, Danny, let's go, kid.
Sean leading off for the Stompers.
Got it, baby.
Yes, boy.
ball out of Haverty's hands just explodes up in the zone. Oh and 2. So he threw one up and out of the zone. Sean chases, then he throws it a strike, and then Sean takes. It's the life of a wiffle ball hitter. It's hard to hit these upper echelon pitchers. So easy as a viewer. Low pitch. You're like, why isn't Sean swinging? Yeah, it's very, very hard against a pitcher like Haverty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tough pitch. Take there, 2 and 2.
Those are 2 good takes. You can tell Sean's, been in these situations before. He's not gonna get ahead. He's not gonna get ahead.
Yeah. I think they hit him first and the bat, so I think it's gonna be a full count. I think it hit his either chest or bicep area, then the bat. Good clutch pitch by Haverty, a 3-2 pitch. Throws a drop against Sean looking for first out of the inning. 6:03 is 2 outs away.
Really good pitch, and I think if you're Sean, I think you do have to kind of be tentative there and kind of take anything close. And that one was on the edge. Stompers needed base runners, so.
Well, how does 6:03 do the last 2 UF tournaments?
They were eliminated in the final 8 in 2020. It's been completely different teams. So
it's hard to compare.
I'm sorry, they were eliminated in the finals in the 16 by the Midwest Monstars in 2020. Last year they were eliminated in the final 16, I think, by the Whippets.
So they're 2 outs away from making it to the final 8 here, which will be having the final 8, final 4 in a championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, that's most likely going to be on the York Revolution YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed already, subscribe to them so you get all the updates on when those games have started.
You can also follow scores along on social media as well, too, right? Yeah. Bryce coming up here for the Stompers, just trying to desperately get some base runners. Not to say this game's over, Paul, but let's say 6:03 do hold on. Good pitch by Haverty, so it's 2 outs. Stompers had a good tournament.
Oh, they had a really good tournament. That's a funny thing about these tournaments, especially about this format with so many teams. It's Stompers came into this as number 1 seed.
Yeah.
You kind of look around; they may have drawn as tough of as opponent as anyone, as a lot of teams below them. It's not just the nature of these tournaments. Sometimes that happens. It'd be nice if we could do double elimination and stuff like that, but
it's not feasible.
Yeah.
That's the nature of football.
Really
once you get to playoff knockout stage, literally almost any time somebody can upset you. Yeah. It's not even an upset. There's 2 really almost equally as good teams.
Yeah, that's like
they just happen to get here at different routes.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's the important thing of just kind of trying to minimize the games people play, but then also what we try to do here is trying to make, if you have a loss, make it hurt a little. So 6:03 did have to play another game, and they won it. So they were at a disadvantage, and they turned that around.
6:03 inching closer to making it to the Elite 8. Inside. Good AB by Nate Cruz there. Not giving up hope, having a strong at bat, working a walk, so you got 2 outs, 1 on. Gino Joseph at the plate. Up and away. So Gino's job, Paul, is you're down 4-1. You just get on any way you can. Give yourself one batter, have a chance to tie it up.
Bring the time run to the plate. That's all Gino wants to do.
And if you're Haverty, this is the guy you want. You want to get this guy out. You don't want this game to go any longer. You don't even want to mess around with maybe a mistake hit that ties it up.
And also it's easy to go right after. So if you're Gino, I think you just kind of swing out of your shoes a little bit.
Yeah.
To see if you can, Now that kind of changes here. Now for 1 and 2, Cal. 1 and 0, 1 and 1 was different.
You might try to get Gino chasing on this pitch. I don't think he'll do it. Get him chasing 2 and 2, but 1 and 2, I think.
Yeah,
he'll
1 and 2. 1 and 2. Yeah, you probably should.
Oh, bottom part of the zone gets strikes out Gino for the final out. 603 is going to the Elite 8 with a 4-1 victory over the Stompers. And what a performance by Haverty on the mound and at the plate, Paul. He had he recovered after giving a solo home run the first inning. Didn't give any more runs the rest of the game. Then he had a 3-run homer, then a solo home run. So he did well both parts of the game.
You know, I mean, he completely carried the team there.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're going to turn the ball over to Tui tomorrow. But yeah, like after that performance Haverty had, they definitely got there via him. Tough loss for the Stompers, who really had a great season. Probably played twice as much as these guys played, all year. Really good tournament, coming 3-0. But yeah, that's like you said, that's the break. So really good game there. A bunch of great young players, and not even young players, and a lot of good sort of in their prime players that should get more recognition than they do on both teams. But yeah, really good game.
A fun game to watch too. A lot of clutch bats, like we said earlier. Both teams, once the pitcher got 2 strikes, the batters just battled. And do want to acknowledge the Stompers had a great season at MAW and a good start to UF. Ended earlier than they probably wanted to, but good game. A 603, what a performance. Having to play an extra game, now winning the first round of 16, they'll be heading to the final 8, and they have a chance. With their pitching depth, they have a chance. So we'll see you later on.